Hey there, this is Ona with Art of Awakening. Welcome back. And if you're new, absolutely welcome. I'm going to do a little reading here for the month of July 2019. I apologize, it's been a little while since I've done a reading. And June was a pretty intense month in a lot of ways. So was May. And also, I was out of town a lot in June. I went to a bee retreat with spirituality and bees in mid-June, which was really, really awesome. And I just came back from a money mindset retreat last weekend, which was also very, very awesome. A lot of breakthroughs happening. And actually, kind of collectively, I'm feeling like, excuse me, sort of seeing a lot of breakthroughs, if not having already, that on the horizon. Excuse me. We just had, we just came out of the summer solstice, which I felt was a huge sort of like a turning point in energy for the collective. And I am feeling the energy starting to flow. It's, like we've been almost like, this is a horrible analogy, but it's like when you got a pimple that wants to pop and it just suddenly popped. That's what it feels like. And just clearing out a lot of old crap, from probably the past several thousand years, right, collectively, and finally, busting through that and allowing things to just kind of flow and get cleaned out and get some clean energy moving. Going towards the second half of the year. Now, you may not be feeling that yet. It's going to happen a little bit differently for every person. And this is assuming that you've been doing the work, that you're on this awakening path. If you've been on it for the last couple of years or so, you probably have been through a lot of just purging and clearing, like constant, for the last couple of years. So all that hard work, it is coming to a head, and it's gonna, if you haven't felt the big release yet, just stay tuned, because it is coming for you. It is coming, and probably fairly quickly. The earth herself is kind of, it's almost like going over the peak of a hill, and now, we're starting on the downhill. So again, if you are, still kind of plugging through stuff, it's okay, because it is going to be opening up soon for you. And for some of us, it already is. Just amazing breakthroughs. So this, again, reading is for July 2019. And I'm actually recording this on the day of the eclipse and the new moon. So again, this is new beginnings, and just eclipse makes it so much more powerful. Mouse coming up, and this is the energy. I'm doing this reading here. This is the energy of having, that we've been coming up through. Okay, and so this is sort of like coming up in reverse. Mouse does have a lot to do with fertility, abundance, and coming up in reverse, it's like a lot of us have had the abundance, the stuff that we are really wanting to manifest, feeling like it's blocked, feeling like it's, like we'll never get there, or, just like it's like we're putting all this energy into it, or blocked from getting energy. And anyway, there's been a lot of blockage, and it's really because we've been clearing through stuff. But that is the energy that we're coming out of, right? So we're going to look here at the energy that we're in right now. We've got a lot of reverse cards here. Okay, so Frog was coming up a lot in readings with, in the past year. It was a lot about kind of sensitivity, sensitive emotions, triggering. Okay, that's showing up in reverse now. So what's happening right now is we're starting to be, get into the sort of like an epiphany of how to handle energy. And I just had a huge breakthrough myself that I experienced this past weekend that I want to share with you. And that's this idea of coming into your power. And the person who was leading this workshop was talking about power, and talking about just a simple question that you can ask: am I coming into my power? Am I in my power right now? And it's a simple yes no question. Am I in my power? Which actually, I was thinking about this yes no, because if you know anything about machine language, which I don't know much about, but I know this, that everything, when you boil it down to the way the computer actually thinks, it's ones and zeros, which is basically yes or no. And we create, like, you can create anything out of that, right? So this simple question, am I in my power right now? It really holds the key because it forces us to be aware. Yes, you're either in your power or you're not, right? To some degree or another. You might be, there might be times that you're neutral, but typically you're going to be on one side of the fence or the other. So simple question. You can check in with yourself multiple times a day with this question. And if you find that you're not in your power, if you're not standing in your power right now, what is it that I am giving my power away to? And that those two simple questions are amazingly powerful because they allow you to, it brings into the awareness, right? What it is that is blocking right now at this moment, right now, the present moment, what's blocking it, and then you can do whatever you need to do to shift, to make that shift. So super powerful. All right, so that's where we're at right now. This point of, um, you know, realizing our power. And again, those two simple questions, am I in my power and where am I giving my power away, are really the key to allowing you to move forward. And then the third thing that came forward for me, I, this may have even been before he was talking about power, but this came to me myself, was like realizing that there was a specific thing that I was giving my power away to. And I was just given this download to, when I noticed myself thinking about that, to actually just imagine like a plug that you plug into the wall, but plugging my crown chakra right into source, just literally like a plug. Okay, so when I think, whatever this thing that I was giving my power away to, when I noticed myself thinking about that, I would plug directly into source, and it was amazing. It really, it just opened me up, and it's been like, whoo, I can feel just all sorts of just step into my purpose right now, which is insanely cool. Okay, and what we're moving towards. All right, salmon. Again, this is technically salmon's ascension energy. All right, so it looks like we may not be collectively in the huge ascension just yet. Okay, so there's still work to do. It's, we're remember that this is a process, that it's really not like turning on a light switch, that it's a continual process. And even when we achieve certain levels of enlightenment, or a little bit, have a victory on our path or whatever, it's an ongoing process. There's no end to it. Like, even ascended masters are still expanding their consciousness, right? So just to keep a little humility in here, that even when we feel like we've, really had a breakthrough, that, be grateful for that, absolutely. And also grateful that, it doesn't mean that things are ending, right? That we can still maintain this beautiful process of ascension. And also keep in mind that, that ascension can be a beautiful thing. Just beautiful. So it doesn't have to be hard. Okay, so this here is going to be the opposing, anything that's kind of opposing this process, right? This process, because we are really in this opening up the flow right now. So things that might be opposing. I'm getting this bear going into hibernation. So any kind of procrastination. Bear also has a delayed ovulation. So this is really a call to act. Okay, so the light is green right now, and so take your foot off the brake. It's safe to put the foot on the accelerator. You can do it with caution. It doesn't mean you have to go screaming forward. Keep your eyes on the road, keep your eyes out for traffic, but absolutely put the foot on the brake. So if there's a project that you've been putting off, or if you, if maybe you're looking at a relationship and yeah, this might be a good time to, send that email, give that person a call, start that new business, to start taking that course that you've been thinking about, read that book, whatever it is, listen to what Spirit asks you to do and take action on it. So, being that this is there, it's coming up in the opposing, right? So it's almost like another reverse card. And this final card is the supporting energy here that is going to be supporting this process. Woohoo, look at this. It is a blank card. So you just feel into what that is. Trying to visualize. I'm actually getting the word bull, right? So we're looking at bull. The card is in reverse. Okay, so this, I think between the two of these, we think of bull as being just like out of control, or not just very charging ahead kind of thing. So this is really telling us to take the middle path here. Yes, move forward, absolutely. The light is green, but like I was saying before, watch out, because the cops are there too, and we want to make sure that we're moving forward, in a way that is responsible and that feels good. And so if you're feeling like super pressured, that's not super pressured. Oh my god, I gotta make it happen, I gotta do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Feel into that, because most of the time that's not going to be in your power. Okay, when you're really standing in your power and moving forward powerfully, you have traction, and it typically is not breakneck, right? It's controlled moving forward. It can be fast, it can be a little slower, but it's like, it's not to the point where you're going to be off balance or out of control if something should come up. Okay, so all in all, I'm feeling like this is really positive kind of energy here, a positive energy supporting all of us. And keep in mind that you may or may not be seeing a lot of like the abundance actually flowing in yet, and that depends on where you're at on your path, but things really are opening up. So if you're not seeing it yet, the doors are opening. Just have faith that they are, and just proceed just confidently, with confidence. Okay, well, hope that you've enjoyed this. If you would like a personal reading, I'm going to leave the link to that below. As always, I very much appreciate your comments. Would love to hear where you're at on your path if you'd like to share. And, for sure, like this video if you enjoyed it. Have a lovely, lovely month. We'll catch you again soon.